Now,
Turn it in. You turn it in.
Okay.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, Atlanta, and welcome to another edition of Atlanta's Up and Rising, where we're taking the very, very best of the up and coming here in Atlanta and showcasing them right here for you. I'm your host, I'm Demetrius Big Meats Taylor, and if you want to know anything about me, honey, how I'm dishing my tea, then go right there to www.dishingtea.com. However, y'all already know this has nothing to do with me, okay? I have a young man right here who has just already tickled my fancy, okay? And I'm going to introduce to some and present to others. This is the one and only Mr. Picasso Defrance. Say, what's up, bro?
what's going on with you?
You got it, baby. Hey, it's all moving and grooving on this here.
That's what's up, baby.
Okay. So here, what I want to do is I want to go right into it because we're on location right now, and so I want to make sure that we get through this and we can get you out to what you need to do. So right now, explain to the audience here exactly who Picasso Defrance is.
Picasso Defrance, man, is an artist from Patterson, New Jersey. You know, born and raised. You know, I do hip hop and I paint pictures, man. You know, I come from a harsh environment. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how Patterson is, and it's rough, man. It's rough growing up. So you know, what I like to do is I like to take those harsh environments that I'm familiar with, and you know, just put it in my music, man, to give others, you know, a picture of me, a very broad picture.
Okay, so good. So I've always said that music is God's perfect language because it transcends any and everything. There is a song for it, good, bad, or indifferent. If you don't know how to say it, there's a song that's going to say it for you. So what is the vibe or the essence of your music? Not just that it paints a picture of you, but what is the message that your music has to say?
It depends on how I feel. It really depends on if I'm going through having a bad day, or you know, I might give you something that's you know, it might come off kind of harsh. If I'm you know, if I'm sitting down and if I close my eyes and I'm in the studio and I hear a beat, it might take me to a happy point in time in my life. You know, and that's the song you're gonna get from me. So really, it's like when I hear a beat and I sit down and I listen to it. You know, it depends on where the beat takes me. Sometimes certain tracks take me to more darker parts and points in my life, and other tracks take me to, you know, the ups in my life. Because you know, in life, everybody have ups and downs. You know, we all have. You know, so some of my music, you can hear the ups and the times that you could tell if you listen to a certain track, he was doing good at that point in time in his life. And other times, you know, you might hear the downside of my life. You know, certain trials and tribulations I've been through, and you know, different things I had to go through.
Okay, let me go here because see, this intrigues me about the whole hip hop genre. See, I'm very old school.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm coming back in the day. Well, I'm 44, so that says everything. Okay, coming into this genre, particularly with your generation, you are post Luke, post Ice-T, Ice Cube, NWA. So you're post that era. So y'all came up with that sound having been created to be the voice of young America.
Right.
What is it in your music, or what is it that you do to keep it relevant? Or do you feel as though that what they had to offer is what helped you to get your voice together and say, okay, yeah, they speak truth here, versus the whole fluffy stuff that we knew, you know, the Will Smith, the fun kind of stuff of hip hop?
Like guys, you mentioned Luke, you mentioned Ice-T. I definitely think that Luke, Ice-T, NWA, you know, they definitely had an influence. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know on me, me listening to NWA, me listening to Luke and Sir Mix-a-Lot and guys like that, they definitely had an influence on me. So in my music, you know, I try to give back to the people that's coming up after me. And I try to give them something that can be influential in their life and that might help them not to want to quit, not to want to stop rapping or singing or whatever they do. You know, just because a lot of days, man, I ain't gonna lie, like growing up, it's been times that I feel like, you know, forget this rap stuff. You know, with me listening to LL Cool J and stuff like that, you know, Naughty by Nature was a big influence on me coming from Jersey. You know, it helped me, man. It helped me. It helped me get through it and keep doing what I do. And you know, and that's about all.
Okay. And let's do this. Let me really, really, really understand about you as the artist, okay? This business of show, and y'all know I love asking this question. This business of show is always known for sex, drugs, rock and roll, and all the dirtiness and the ugliness of this business. What is it that keeps your integrity intact as you are forging your way along this journey?
I did a lot, man, at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So, I did a lot at a young age, so I really feel as if, I mean, you know, once you've seen one thing, you've seen it all.
Okay,
so, you know,
okay.
It's just different levels to it. You know what I'm saying? High school, you know, we had a lot of girls and stuff like that. So when you get into the music business, it's just the same thing, different players. You know what I'm saying? The game, the same game. You know, players just switch up. That's all.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of things that I was fortunately able to do at a young age, that, you know, prior to me getting into the game or whatnot.
Ooh, I would, but I can't for FCC regulations, and y'all know where I want to go, but I'm not gonna do that to y'all. Ooh, that's good. Here's what I will do is this. I'll go here. Let's go here. In shaping everything about you and your music, what is your personal life, you know, and understanding the foundation of where you come from. What is your team like? You know, your family, friends, and those who you surround with. What is your team of people like in your life, and how do they help make Picasso versus who you are in everyday world?
Well, I don't keep a big team. You know, I like to keep a small circle. I like to keep people around me that keep it real. Be real with you, big music. Nothing. I don't like anything. There's nothing worse than a yes man in my eyes.
Okay.
So I don't like to keep people around me that's gonna hear every song that I record and yeah, that's how. Yeah, you know, I like keeping people around me that, you know, keep it real with me. And that's what keep me grounded and keep me not putting out BS music and keep me being true to who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because Picasso Defrance that's not my birth name, but that's really who I am. And I take, you know, I take that as, you know, when I introduce myself to you as Picasso, that's who I am. It's no lights on, cameras off. Like what you get when the camera on is what you get when the camera off. And how I'm able to do that is by keeping real people around me.
Okay.
Real family members around me, real friends around me that's gonna keep it real with me. If they see me doing something, you know, they know me well enough to be like, yo, man, that ain't you. You know, what you doing that for? Opposed to just having a yes man around and like, okay, go ahead and do that just because he's on payroll and he's getting his salary. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now the name is starting to make more sense. The whole idea of Picasso, for those of you y'all know Picasso is a wonderful artist of the wonderful art periods and carrying on. He had his blue period, his black period, and all of those kinds of things. But yet, he is one of the greats. And in that, his artwork spoke his soul. And so now, in the different genres or the different elements of your life, tell us about Picasso, not the artist or the rapper or the hip hopper, but Picasso, the chill guy. What is it that you do to chill, and how do you paint that picture in your music?
I like traveling. I'm a travel guy. You know what I'm saying? So when I want to relax, I'll take a cruise, or I might go out to Miami or go out to Vegas for the weekend. And that's how I really get into my chill and my relaxation. And you'll hear a lot of that in my music. You might hear me telling a story about me being in St. Martin on the side, on the front side. You know what I'm saying? So
Picasso, Defrance, catch it. You're on the French side, okay?
You know what I'm saying? So that's my relaxation. I like traveling. I like moving around and seeing different places and meeting new people. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay, now we've talked about some of the people, NWA and LL Cool J and some of the others that we mentioned that were inspirational to you. What is it that you look for in an artist? Those who inspire you, what is it about those people that inspire you? Do they feel as though, you like to say they're keeping it real, you like to have real folks around you? Do you feel as though that those that came before you were the ones to say, they get me, or are you just inspired by how the musical side of it, the production side, was it a combination? What is it about it that inspired you?
I'm inspired by people that I can relate to.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people came before me with music, but if I can't relate to you, if you're not talking about topics that's relevant in my life, what I went through, I can't relate to. You know what I'm saying? So you got people like Jay-Z, you know, I can relate to a lot of stuff that he's talking about. And you got other people like, I'm not gonna say the name, but certain people I can't relate to. So that's what inspires me, people that I can relate to, because I understand them. You know what I'm saying? If it's I come from the hood, so if it's somebody else that's rapping about the same things that's relevant to me, and I've seen it in my area and in my environment, me coming up, I can relate to that person. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna cling on to that person because they're talking about things that's relevant to me, opposed to Vanilla Ice talking about something that I can't relate to.
Got it.
We come from two different backgrounds. You know, everybody's not from the same background. Everybody's not gonna relate to him and because everybody didn't grow up in the trailer park.
Right.
You got people that grew up in Beverly Hills and they don't really relate to what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what gets me with artists. That's what inspires me. People that I can listen to, that when they say certain things, and I listen to their music, it's a connection there. They say things that's relative to, you know, my upbringing.
Let me play devil's advocate here. Because one of the things that the hip hop community, and I'm one who do it too, I do criticize it for this, and that is, we're in such a crisis now with the whole idea of the ghetto being glamorized. We done became ghetto fabulous, we keeping it real, all of this, that, and the other. What is it that either you do, plan to do, or see happening with the genre of hip hop music where we're able to elevate the consciousness of it? It's one thing to talk about where you came from and understand, you know, what the struggle is. But what did you see your music and others to elevate it to where being ghetto is not the whole glamorized thing that it's become?
I think a lot of artists, you're right, I think a lot of artists in hip hop and stuff, you know, they tell you, you know, they sold drugs or they busting guns and stuff, and they glamorize the ups of it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about popping bottles and spending X amount of dollars on this car and X amount of dollars on these clothes and stuff like that.
Right.
They glamorize that, but what they fail to tell you is the downside of that. You know, they don't tell you that. Yeah, they got that Bentley, but they went to jail 5 times in order to, you know what I'm saying? Throughout the course of the years, they might have made 50,000, had to go through 2 years, came home, had to, you know, it's ups and downs to this. And I feel as if in hip hop and with the culture, a lot of these artists, they tell you the ups and the highs. When you see the videos, it's all the happy times and the fun times.
The bling, yeah.
And the bling and this, but they don't show it. They don't really tell you the downside that they can get killed or they almost got killed or somebody that they know got killed trying to live that lifestyle that they glamorize. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them, they tell you the ups about it and they tell you, you know, I got $500,000 off of being in my trap house, but they didn't tell you that they lost 7 guys in the midst of getting that $500,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
7 of their closest friends were killed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't express that to you. Just they make it seem like, all right, yeah, we got $500,000, we got these Bentleys, we got these Range Rovers, we got this, we got that. I just feel as if me personally, I'm gonna tell people the ups, I'm gonna tell them the downside. You know, I'm not gonna just glorify selling drugs. I'm gonna let you know, you sell drugs, you might get killed, you might go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw a question at you. It's gonna be one of those kind of questions, okay? So that's my disclaimer. But let me ask this, because I'm trying to understand where this happened or this shift is. Because there's certain things about hip hop music that defines masculinity, okay? So, and what I mean by this is, you know, if you're not listening to Pac or Biggie or 2 Chainz or Lil Wayne or whatever, then you soft.
Right.
Okay? What is that in hip hop language? Because these same kids that listen to all this, they can't, you know, they may like Beyonce, but they can't rock Beyonce in their car driving down the street because the image would be tarnished. What is that language that somebody like me don't understand? What does that mean?
To me, it's just really a big stereotype, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because somebody's listening to Tupac or Snoop Dogg, that doesn't mean they're know what I'm saying? Just because you're listening to gangster rap don't mean you're a gangster. And actually, it's a lane for, as we saw in the last couple of years, I think it started with Mace. You know, they criticized him for the shiny suits and the dancing and stuff. But you got guys like that, it's a lane for that. You know, he came and sold $4 million out the gate. You got guys like Drake who they criticize for singing and stuff like that, but it's a lane for those people. And people that actually take that route, in my opinion, they're more successful than the guys who are trying to be gangster rappers or whatnot. But you were talking about people that listen to it, like just the stereotype of not being able to listen to certain music because you're not hard. To me, it's a stereotype. I don't really judge people based upon what type of music. Because somebody listening to Beyonce can do just as much as cruel things to you than somebody listening to Tupac. So that's a...
Don't you get me started.
Don't
you get me started. Let's get into your music. Now, when I did your background and got into the person, let's get into your music. Now, you said you have an album that's already out on iTunes and everything. Let's talk about what that album was, and then let's talk about the new project, what you're working on.
Okay. Last year, around this time, around September 2013, I dropped an album called Reality Bites. It's on iTunes and Amazon and every online store that you can get it right now. I did a couple videos for it, you know, which was pretty cool. I dropped maybe 3 or 4 singles off that album and used those videos the video content to actually push the online sales of the Reality Bites, and it did pretty good. Right now, I'm working on a brand new album that'll be out next month. It's called The Black Period.
Okay.
You just said that. You just said that.
Okay, right.
You know, Picasso had different.
He had the blue, he had the black period. Okay, right.
So that's gonna be more of the darker side of my life, and you know, just letting people know where I came from. I feel as if I came a long way. You know, coming from the town that I came from, and you know, just making it out without being dead or having to go to jail, and you know, just go through certain trials and tribulations that a lot of my peers went through. A lot of my closest friends right now are writing me from prison, and a lot of people that I grew up with, unfortunately, got killed in the streets. So just from me being able to make it out of that and get here to Atlanta to sit with you, I feel like I won already.
Whoa, see, that's heavy. What is that? See, because this is part of that mindset of a hip hop artist that I've always wanted to explore. Coming out of all of that, and then to see what your life is, and you happen to be the golden child, you're the one that made it. You know, all your homies and stuff sitting down, you know, for those who really got your back, they pushing you on. For those who hate, they made because you ain't come and dragged it with you. You know, what is that mindset for you that keeps you fired up to say, damn, I can do this. Let me keep my eye on the prize and stay here. What is that?
It's just the drive. To be honest with you, it's like I go back home a lot, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I lose focus and I might, you know, forget. But when I go home, it wakes me up. Because when I go back home, it's almost as if time froze.
Wow, really?
When I say time froze, meaning, you know, that same guy standing in the corner.
It's still on that. I can see that.
Same corner, the same store.
Doing the exact same
thing. And
right.
Maybe 2-3 years from now.
Right.
So that you know, sometimes I look at that and we grew up together, we went to school together. I know these guys' parents, my parents know their parents. So that could have very much been me if I didn't have the right mindset, the right people behind me, pushing me. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps me motivated. Because I know, you know, just as fast as I left New Jersey and made it to Atlanta, if I mess up, I could be right back in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So that keep me working, keep me grinding, keep me focused, just keep me trying to look for the next thing, the next idea, the next investment, the next thing to push my career to the next level.
Dig that. So what are your goals at this particular point? Tell me, what are your goals? If you are painting this picture, and I'm coming to look through your catalog, if I'm at an auction, I'm going through Picasso, Defrance's catalog to say, okay, I want this piece, I want this piece, I want this piece to put on my wall. What is it that you're looking to see in this catalog? What is your goal?
My goal is I want my music to take off and be very successful. I want it to touch people around the world. I want to be able to come back to my community and do stuff for the kids and for the school systems and just give the kids a little bit more than what I had. You know, growing up, you know, we don't even have a movie theater. You know, the movie theater we had, they tore it down. They try to build another one. Every time they try to do something for the community, it can't happen because the people are scared to come there because of the murders and the deaths. So it's like it messes up business. You know, I want to put money back into my city and give the kids things to do, recreational things, and just give them something to keep them out of trouble, man. Really, like I want my music to be able to touch people, and if I can save 1 or 2 lives in the process of that, I'm satisfied. That's my goals, just to be successful at what I want to do, my dream, and to be able to say at the end of the day, I did it. And I did what I set out to do.
All right. And let me ask this question here, because in this business, it is more business than it is show.
Right.
Because your talent is only, at best, 10% of this. Okay. So the other 90% has to do with the business. What would you say are some of the most important lessons that you learned and or are learning along this journey of becoming the success that you want to be?
I would say don't cross your bridges. Don't burn your bridges before you cross them. Because you might walk over somebody because you feel as if you're in a better position than them at a certain point in time, and you never know with this business. 6 months from now, it could be a whole other story. You might need that person to get where you're trying to go. And people don't remember. They don't forget things like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say, in my opinion, what I've learned. You know, just don't burn your bridges before you cross them, man. You know, just network with everybody. You know, talk to everybody. You know, keep it cordial and just connecting the right dots, man. When the right dots connect, like the constellations in the sky, it's
Did he work with for Constellation's children? Did he just work with for constellations in the sky?
When the right dots connect, the stars connect, man. You know?
Okay. Who are some of the folks that you're dreaming about working with? You know, that if you were to put a project together and say, okay, yeah, this is going to be the project that's going to be the most colossal thing, who would that be?
There's a lot of people I want to work with, man. I don't want to be like so typical. I feel like when they ask artists that questions, the same names come up.
Because usually they do.
Because you know, because
Then give me one that would just floor everybody, that would just be off the radar.
You know who I really want to work with? Who I would work with? I wouldn't mind working with 103,000.
Wow.
I listen to a lot of Outkast and stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Those are really, I would say Outkast was really probably the first people from Atlanta I really, you know, crisscross.
Yeah,
it was in my era. I was wearing my clothes backwards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Outkast had an effect on me. I wouldn't mind working with 3 Stacks. Yeah, I wouldn't mind working with 3 Stacks.
Okay.
I mean, it's more people, but I just, you know, I didn't want to just give the typical answer.
We always know the ones that are typical because they have the big success and they got the names. But usually we have those that are right there. The ones that a lot of folks, I won't say overlook, but they're not the first ones to roll off the top of the tongue. It's what I like to call the B-sides, because well, no, you wouldn't. Okay, when we have 45 records on, you know, you had the popular song, but on the flip side, it was the B-side, and the B-side was always usually the better song. And so a lot of the names, I would call them the B-side names, because they would be the ones that are always under the radar, you know, and carrying on that folks, because everybody's so busy, they want to have the success of a Jay-Z or the success of a Lil Wayne or whatever, so those names will come flying out.
Right.
But just like you said, you know, Outkast and all that. Yes.
I wouldn't mind working with Eminem either. To me, he's a genius at what he do.
Get out of here.
In my opinion, he's creative.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to get ready to let you do your thing, okay, and entertain the audience for this. But before we let you do that, look right here and tell everybody where they can find you, your music, all of your social medias and everything. Give it to them.
Picasso Defrance on Facebook, Picasso973 on Instagram. This is Rack Life on Instagram. The music, Reality Bites on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. Reality Bites by Picasso. Get with me or get lost.
Get with me or get lost. Well, that's a wonderful picture to be painting. Okay. So I'm going to close my mouth at the moment, and we're going to get ready to give you the hip-hop stylings of the one and only. This is Picasso Defrance.
Thanks a lot, Big Beach, for having me.
You got it, baby.
All right.
Do your thing.
I was on a fly. No, I was one.